myself Shweta Shah and I am your instructor for this subject microprocessor and microcontroller. In this subject we have started unit 4, that is AVR assembly language programming. In this session we are going to see further in details AVR addressing modes. Okay, in last session we have seen the register direct with 1 and 2 register addressing mode as well as the IO direct addressing mode. In this session we are going to see the data direct, data indirect and code memory addressing modes. Okay, so first let us start with the data direct addressing mode. In this data direct addressing mode there is a two-word instruction. Okay, one word is the address of the data memory space. One is the operation code that which operation you are going to be performing, and second word is the word of the address of the data that you have stored in the memory. Okay, and here the maximum addressable memory or the maximum data memory that can be addressed by this way will depend upon your address line. How many number of bits are available in your address line. Okay, for example, if there is 16 lines available for address line, then you can address up to 2 raised to 16, that is equals to 64 kilobytes of memory. Okay, so in this data direct addressing mode we are having the two words in the instruction. First word is the operation code and the second word is the direct address of your location, memory location. Okay, and you will also have some register where you want to store your data. Okay, so if we see the example, then this is like stc k comma rs. There or you can use like lds rd comma k. Here stc is used for storing the data to some memory location and LDS is used for loading some data into some register, loading the data from some memory location to the register. Okay, so this kind of two instructions are possible for direct addressing, where you are providing the direct memory location where you have stored your data or where you want to store your data. Okay, so for in first instruction stc k comma rs, here rs denotes the register where your data is stored, and that is you are going to store it at the memory location given by this key. That can be of 16 bit if your addressable memory is of 64. Okay, so in this instruction your content of this register rs is going to be stored at memory location given by the k location. Okay, and in next instruction, that is lds, in this instruction the data that you have stored at memory location k is going to be stored into the register rd. Okay, so this both kind of instruction you can use where you are providing the direct address and the data from that address is going to be stored into the register, or data from the register is going to be stored at that particular memory location. Okay, so it can be given like this. This is the instruction, like we have stored, this is the operation code, then you are providing the rd or rs, that whether you are storing the data into register or whether you are storing the data of register to some location. Okay, and then the 16-bit address that you have to provide in terms of k. Okay, so by using this operation code, or you can say this kind of instruction, your total size of instruction will be operation code plus the address of the register plus the 16-bit memory address. Okay, so by using this memory location you can store your data to that particular memory location, or from that particular location you can access your data and store into this register. Okay, so this is the data direct addressing mode. There is also possibility that you can use the data indirect addressing mode. It's similar to data direct addressing mode, but the requirement is only one word in each instruction. In last case, we require two words to store the 16-bit address. We require second word to store the 16-bit address. But in this case, we are going to storing address at some particular register that we have defined as X, Y, Z. We have defined the register R2627 28, 29 and 30, 31 as a X, Y and Z respectively, and we are going to storing the address into that particular register, and that address we are going to using over here by using that particular register like X or Y or Z rather than using the 16-bit direct address. Okay, so in this case our address is going to be stored into some register that we have defined as a X, Y or Z, and that location is used for accessing the data. So your word size for the instruction will be of 1 word. Okay, so you can store this instruction in 16 bit. For example, if we have instruction like LD or ST, LD for loading the data from that particular address to this particular register, and ST is for storing the data from this particular register to that particular location that is given by the X, Y or Z register. Okay, so in this first instruction LD R16, Y, your content that you have stored in the register Y, that is your R28, 29 is going to be used as a memory location, and that content is going to be stored in the content from that memory location is going to be stored into register R16. Okay, and similarly for this instruction ST, the content of register 16 is going to be stored at the memory location given by this Z register. What is Z register? That is your R30 and R31. Okay, so in this instruction your content of register 16 is going to be stored at that memory location that is given by the Z register. Okay, so this can be given like this. Here we have the register X, Y or Z that can be used as a pointer. Okay, that can be used as a pointer to address the location, and you can access the data or store the data according to requirement, and according to requirement you have to use the operation code whether LD or ST. Okay, so this is the data indirect addressing mode. But this data indirect addressing mode can be used with displacement also. Okay, how it can be done? Let us see. First one, if we can use this instruction like LDD. This is the loading with displacement, and this is the STD, that is storing but with displacement. That is, you are going to using some register, that is your pointer register X, Y or Z, but not that direct location, that is direct address that is given by that particular register, but you will use some increment, or you will use some addition to that location to get the actual address. Okay, if I want to access the data from the location which is given by, or you can say which is relative to the content or relative to the address that you have stored inside the Y register, then I can use this kind of instruction like LDD R16, Y plus 0 cross 10. Here I am going to storing, or I am going to loading the content into register R16 by the memory location that is given by the register Y, plus I have to add 10 into that location because Y is the starting of that block and I have my data at the 10th location, so I will add 10 into that location. Okay, so you can create the relative addressings. Okay, so this kind of thing is also possible, that is known as a data indirect with displacement. Okay, similarly for storing you can use STD Z, Z plus 0 cross 20 R16. Here the content of register 16 is going to be stored at the memory location given by register Z plus adding into that address by 20. Okay, so your actual address will be Z plus 20. At that location your content of register 16 is going to be stored. Okay, so this is the data indirect with displacement. In this also there is the possibility of post increment or pre-decrement addressing modes are also possible. Okay, in this example, if we consider the post increment, then we can have instruction like LD, RD, X plus. In this instruction, your content or whether your address of that memory location that is stored in the register X is going to be used, and the content from that memory location is going to be stored at the destination register. After storing that data, your content of X register is going to be incremented by 1. So the content of register 16, 17 combinedly incremented by 1. So for next time your address is automatically incremented by 1. So next time whenever you will access the location X, your content will be incremented by 1, or you can say your address is incremented by 1. You will access the next address. Okay, and similarly you can use the indirect addressing with displacement, like you can use instruction like LDT RD, y plus q. Here I am storing the content of the location y plus this displacement that I have given to the location, to the register RD. Okay, so this kind of things are possible. This can be given like this. Here we have Y or Z register. Here we have operation code, and the registers are given over here, and if we require to use the increment or displacement or not, and what is the value of that displacement, that is given by over here. And after adding this displacement and this register's content, you will get the actual address, and by using that actual address you can access the memory location from where you have to access the data. Okay, so this is the data indirect with displacement addressing mode. We will see these things in detail. First, let us see the data indirect addressing mode with pre-decrement. Okay, in this instruction, like we can use st minus 1. We are using first minus notation to indicate it is the pre-decrement addressing mode. In this addressing mode, first the content of y register is decremented by 1, and then the content of register r is going to be stored at the location that is given by the decremented one. Okay, so for example, if my location given by y is 10 and I am using this instruction like st minus y comma rs, then the content of the register y is first decremented by 1. So instead of 10 it will be 9, and after that 9 my content of register r is going to be stored at the location 9. Okay, so you can use this kind of instruction, that is the pre-decrement instruction. You can similarly you can store also, load also. For example, you can use the instruction like ld r16 comma minus z. Here the content of z is decremented by 1 first, and then that is going to be stored at register 16. Okay, similarly for the st instruction. So this is the our registers xyz that is going to be decremented by 1, and then the actual location is find out where you have stored your data, and then from that particular location your data is going to be accessed. Okay, so this is the data indirect pre-decrement addressing mode. In pre-increment addressing mode, we will have like this: LDR R16, Z plus. Here we are using the plus sign that indicates the post increment. First, the content of Z register is going to be used as the address, and from that location your data is going to be stored at the register 16. But after storing that data at register 16, your content of Z register is going to be incremented. In pre-decrement, we are decrementing the content first and then storing or then loading. Okay, but while we are using the post increment, then first we will load the data or store the data, and after that we will increment or decrement the pointer registers content. X, Y and Z are your pointer registers. Okay, so this way we can use this data indirect post increment addressing mode. Next addressing mode is the code memory addressing mode. Here we are going to using the code memory, how we can access the code memory, or you can say program memory. And for this we have the instructions like LPM, load program memory. In this we have these Z register, and if the content of this Z register LSB bit is checked. If this LSB bit is 0, then the lower byte of that particular memory location is selected, and if its value is 1, then the higher byte of that particular memory location is selected and provided to the main memory. Okay, or you can say provided to the processor. Okay, So this is the LPM instruction which you can use for accessing the program. Next one is the indirect program accessing mode. In this we are using the instruction like IGMP and the ICALL. In IGMP instruction, the content of Z register is used as the program counter. Okay, so your next instruction's execution will start from the content, the location that is given by the Z register. Okay, so by using this IJump, I can change the value of program counter by the value of Z register, so that my execution of next instruction will start from the that location. And in jump instruction, we are just going to that location and starting the execution from that location onwards. But in call and return, we are storing the return address. Okay, that you are all are aware from the subject COA. So in call and return, we are storing the return address, and that return address is going to be stored at the top of the stack. Okay, and what is the return address? That is the next value of program counter. So in this ICALL instruction, we are storing the location that is given by the Z register, that is our new location, to the program counter, as well as storing the old program counter to the stack. So we are storing this value of PC plus 1 to the stack. Okay, so this is the indirect program addressing mode, where you can access the program memory but with indirectly, where we have stored our location, where we have stored our address to the Z register or some other register. Okay, so this is the indirect program addressing mode. Next addressing mode is the relative program addressing mode. In this we have instructions like RJump and RCALL. In IJump and ICALL, we have the value of program counter from the Z register. But in this case, we will have the value of program counter from some constant value, that is the K value. Okay, in RJump, we will change the program counter by program counter plus K plus 1. And in RCALL, we will change by the same value. PC is going to be stored, relocated as a PC plus K plus 1. But in RCALL, we are going to storing this program counter to the top of the stack. Okay, so here we are having this thing, like we have this K, that is constant, and this opcode, and this is the program counter. So this program counter is going to be changed by PC plus K plus 1 in each case. But in RCALL, we are also going to storing this return address, that is PC plus 1 to the top of the stack. Okay, so this is the relative program addressing mode. So here we are ending our today's session. If you have any query, then you can contact me.